Hi, welcome to class. My name is Hope and I am your tutor for the day. Okay, on the screen we have basic surveying, leveling in surveying, introduction. Alright, very quickly let's go to check what our objectives for this lesson, for this particular lesson are. Okay, so what are our objectives? Now, these objectives, we are going to be explaining the meaning of leveling in surveying. We're also going to identify the importance of leveling in construction and engineering works. We're also going to describe the instruments used in surveying, in leveling rather. We're also going to define basic leveling terms such as benchmark, datum, backside, foresight, intermediate sites, change point and reduced level. We're also going to explain the methods of determining reduced level, right? That involves the method of height of instrument or height of collimation. Either you see it as HOC, height of collimation, or you see it as height of instrument. All right. We're also going to be looking at calculating the reduced level for this using this particular method here. And we are also going to construct and complete a leveling field book from given observations, still using this method. All right. And then we're also going to check for accuracy, still using this method. Okay. And our next target now will be this first heading here, meaning of surveying, meaning of leveling actually. So what is leveling? What is leveling? Sorry for that. Let's go up here. Now, leveling actually involves, uh, it is a term used when you're trying to uh, find the difference in elevations between two or more points on Earth's surface. All right. I said leveling involves finding or determining the difference in heights between two or more points on Earth's surface, on the Earth's surface, right? And here, the branch of surveying concerned with elevations, right? I just told you, determines differences in height between two or more points on Earth's surface, also establish points at required elevations, and also used in constructions and engineering projects. Okay, and that's all for leveling. Okay, let's move to importance of leveling. Okay, all right, before we move to importance of leveling, let's check something else very much important here for us. Now let's check to understand what leveling is. Imagine you're standing here, all right, and this is a normal ground level. Okay, and from this point, this green dot where you're standing, the ground elevates, 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 elevates up here. All right, and then you want to view your friend. You just want to view your friend here. Your friend is standing up here. Okay, you can see that you're viewing your friend along this line of sight here. You're viewing your friend's legs. Okay, and in this process you want your friend's head to be the same as yours, to be at the same height or on the same elevation as yours. All right, so in that case you may need to determine the difference between this point your friend is standing here, the difference between this particular point down to the point where you're standing. Look at, you're standing on the ground surface. The ground surface is this straight horizontal line here, and then we may be looking for your friend's head to be as yours. You may be looking at a situation where his head can be the same as yours, and then you may be looking at removing this whole heel here so that this whole place could be flat. And when your friend stands here, it could be, and his head would likely be your height. All right, so here, if he's standing on this particular elevation here, his head is likely like yours. Sorry, let me get that good here. So if you're viewing through this line here, you can see his head is standing, is just as your, almost like your own elevation. All right, because you're actually let's say, let me call that here. Okay, all right, didn't really work out. All right, so I'm saying that your head is just like the same height as his, because he's now standing on the same ground as you're standing. All right, because all these things has been removed. Now what am I saying? I'm saying that the difference between this point he was standing before, the reduced level between this point he was standing before and the ground level, is what we mean by reduced level, and it is what we mean by leveling. Okay, that is leveling for you. Okay, so that's what we use leveling for. All right, so the next stop, we're going to be moving to importance of leveling, but in the next video. I'll catch you up. Okay, so